future wars will be all about technology. The side which uses the maximum amount of technology is likely to be the side which scores the big points. What would you call this? You would call it a dog, you would call it a robo, or you would call it a mule. The fact is that this system is something that the Indian Army has already inducted in. Now, this system is known as a robotic mule, and it can do a multiple amount of functions, including firing at the same time. I have with me the MD and founder of the AeroArc, Mr. Arjun Agarwal, to tell us more about what this is all about, what is this company doing. Arjun, welcome to ThePrint. It's a pleasure to have you. Congratulations for this excellent product.
Thank you, sir.
Wanted to understand, how did this product really come into being?
Right, so I think one of the reasons why this product's been created is because we have an imminent threat on multiple parts of our country where we have intrusion taking place, we have infiltration from terrorists, and what we need to do is be able to keep our soldiers at safe distance from these activities. And that's where the robotic, the robo mule, some people are starting to call it the robo veer, can come into handy, because what we can do is we can arm him, we can send him in to identify what the threat is, to eliminate the threat if need be, and all of this while at the safety of not harming any of our very important soldiers.
So does it have sensors? Does it also have cameras that can, what kind of functions can it do?
So the system has a number of capabilities. So it has electro-optic sensors, it has thermal sensors, it has LiDAR capability. So it can navigate, it can autonomously navigate, it can have an ability to 3D recreate its terrain. So we're able to identify where there are certain hideouts or where there are certain kind of parts where people are able to transverse. Another capability is that it can be loaded up with payloads, various different kinds of payloads, from, as you can see, weapon systems, all the way to other kind of things like laser designators, loiter munitions, or other kind of tactical capabilities such as acoustic devices, so they can listen to gunshots and triangulate where gunshot has taken place, or even CNBR systems where we can detect chemical activity or radioactive activity.
So, the first time when I saw such a robotic mule was by the Boston Robotics, right, in the US. So, is this an indigenous system, or do you have a tie-up with a foreign entity? How does this work?
So this is a co-developed product with an American company by the name of Ghost Robotics. It was developed by an Indian man called Avik, who is based out of the University of Philadelphia.
Okay.
And we have partnered along with Avik to further make the system more robust and military worthy. Boston Dynamics, a fantastic company, is focused on the commercial sector. However, us at AeroArc are only focused at military and security applications.
So the Indian Army has had ordered for 100. All of them have been inducted into the Army?
Yeah, all 100 have been delivered, and they've already started being put into operations across various parts of the country. Obviously, that's undisclosed.
Well, interestingly, you have also a particular drone, which is in use. The Indian Army has gone in procured for these drones as well. About 700 of them, if I'm not mistaken. I know you don't want to get into numbers, but what is so special about these tactical drones?
Right, so this drone here is known as the Trinetra. Why is it called the Trinetra, and what makes it unique? This drone has 3 cameras on the front and 3 cameras on the back. Using these cameras, it creates a virtual environment and stores that environment on its processor. So what it can do is it can autonomously navigate through obstacles without the operator having visual line of sight. So let's say I want to fly, I'm chasing an infiltrator under the canopy in a forest on a border-like area in a front zone. It's very difficult for us to be able to operate the drone because there are lots of obstacles such as trees, branches, cables, anything can come in the way. This drone will automatically avoid all of those things and be able to remain on its mission, duty, or target objective. The drone also has a dual camera which has a thermal and electro-optic camera which is streaming this feed concurrently. So what we're able to do is we're able to identify anybody or anything hiding under canopies or inside kind of hard to visualize areas via the drone, while also being able to visualize any other kind of activity taking place on the ground. This system is very unique. It's developed by an American company by the name of Skydio. AeroArc and Skydio are manufacturing partners, and AeroArc and Skydio manufacture this product in India in a facility, in a defense license facility that we operate in South India in Coimbatore. And not only do we service the Indian forces, we also service the region, the Indo-Pacific region, for the requirements of the system. The system's latest partner is now known as the drone dock. This is an IP65 docking station. So the drone will automatically land into the dock and automatically be placed in a weather-friendly, weather-proof environment. It can be kept in forward locations such as border areas, frontier posts, and no human needs to go there. The drone can automatically launch, carry out its duties using its obstacle avoidance. So if there's new obstacles, it can recognize it. It doesn't need to be pre-programmed. It can survey, it can do perimeter security, and then come home and land and charge, and thereby offering round-the-clock security. Now, for example, some of our forward locations, we're using helicopters to do perimeter security of our bases. Those are millions of dollars worth of equipment that we're putting at risk when we can have a much cheaper, much more cost-effective system to carry out the same need.
See, one of the big concern when it comes to drones, and a lot of companies are coming out with drones, is the fact about the use of Chinese components, right? In terms of the chips that are used in them, in terms of opticals that are used in them. Are there any Chinese components on this?
It's a great question. So I have spent the last 10 years of my life in the defense industry ensuring that we are not reliant on Chinese components and figuring out how to do that. Obviously, it comes with challenges. There are costs associated. There are supply chain bottlenecks that are associated. However, I can proudly say that none of our systems have a single critical Chinese component inside them as of today.
So this is also which is used by the DoD in the US?
Yes, the US DoD operates 22,000 of these drones at the moment. The number is growing extensively year on year. The drone has been very successful in Ukraine, where we've been able to secure orders in numbers that I cannot disclose, but they're phenomenal numbers. And they are serving the Ukrainian army in a spectacular way because they're operating in environments which are GPS denied. Obviously, we have a lot of challenges with electronic warfare taking place in today's age, and being able to navigate in a contested area which is spoofed or under kind of jamming circumstances, then I believe we're probably one of the very few companies in India that are being able to offer a solution to that problem.
And the army has already gone in for procurement of these?
The army is operating this across the country.
The army is operating this. So you're saying these are the same drones which are also in use in Ukraine, but those are not, it's manufactured by your American counterpart, not by you.
Yeah, so the army has bought the Trinetra. The Trinetra is an indigenized and an Indianized version of the drone. What do I mean by that? There are a considerable number of parts and components that have come from India, but more importantly, it's been Indianized to the extent that we have unique scenarios in India. We have weather extremes to minus 40 degrees, to desert plus 55, plus 60. We have monsoon half the 3-4 months a year. We have heights which most countries don't need to operate at. Altitudes such as 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 meters. Most countries don't even need to go there. We're fighting battles over there. So this drone and our capabilities have been Indianized to be able to meet our domain-specific requirements.
So when you say that you're manufacturing them, now where are your manufacturing plants? So for example, this robotic mule, where has it been manufactured?
So we've set up 2 facilities in the city of Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. We have an 80,000 square foot facility and a 50,000 square foot facility. They're defense licensed facilities, and we're using these facilities as part of the Atmanirbhar initiative to enable localized manufacturing, but not only for India, also for other parts of the world.
Okay, there you go. That was Mr. Agarwal telling us about what is really happening in India when it comes to robotic mules and these drones. And it's actually a pleasure to know that India is using the same drones that are now being used in Ukraine. For the print, this is Snehesh with video journalist Suraj Singh Bish here in Leh. A lot of innovation is happening in the country, and trust me when I say this, the innovation and the market is restricted not just to India but also globally. Now, one such interesting company is the Kanpur-based MKU. Now, MKU is a brand which has been here for a while into the defense sector. They are the ones who are manufacturing a multiple amount of systems. They started off with armored helmets and, of course, the bulletproof vest. Now, this is a helmet that was specially designed for Sikh soldiers. For soldiers who wear turbans. This was a helmet that was designed by the MKU, and this is a fresh one which has now come out. This is to withstand the fire from a let's say a AK-47, that is a 7.62 into 39 mm, while the rest of the helmets are to withstand a 9 mm round. I have with me Vaibhav Gupta from the NKU to talk to us more about what his company is really up to. So congratulations first for the fact that it is your armor that has gone on to the Zorawar tank, the light tank that has been developed and now it's out for trials.
Yeah, thank you so much. MKU is a company, we believe in a lot of innovation driven growth, and that has been our success story since last 3 decades. And like you just mentioned, one of the programs, we have multitude of programs where we have done innovation, brought the technology inside MKU, inside India, and got the things delivered to the armed forces and paramilitary forces likewise. So behind you, you're seeing multiple products. All these are some kind of innovation. Like here, you're seeing a very smart plate carrier. So it's a lightweight solution for your para soldiers. They're looking forward to these solutions because they can't wear the bulky body armor, which is meant for normal infantry soldiers. Then you have the helmet mounted sights. You have the lightweight armor panels which go inside the body armor. And here, sir, we have the female body armor. This is the female body armor.
Okay.
Which
when you say female body armor,
yeah,
what
I'll
would
just show
that
it to
be?
you. So in a normal male body armor, when you see the plate, it is more straight and rectangular, right?
Okay.
But this will not suit the female body anatomy. So we have designed a special plate. You can see it's a different kind of plate which is meant for female soldiers,
Okay.
which will go comfortably inside this body armor, and they are good to go for their duties.
And these, for example, these plates can withstand what kind of rounds?
They can go up to Dragunov ammunition.
Okay.
And then you have concealable jackets which are meant for VIP security. We have done body armor as a system. So no more body armor is just a body armor. You need to have integration into your body armor, and that's what we have done here. Earlier, soldiers used to buy the backpacks and the tactical vest separately, but we have done this inside the body armor. So now you have the backpack, your quick release mechanism, the weight distribution system, all integrated into this jacket.
So it is interesting that I was told that multiple armies across the world, including the US and of course the Thai army, also uses MKU products now.
Yes, not just the Thai army, the Philippines army, and many other South American armies like Brazil, Mexico, Colombia. And in fact, as we are speaking, we are also having plans of opening up some new facilities outside India. Already 2 are operational in Germany and UAE. We are planning to come up in Brazil and in Saudi as well.
So when you say facility, you mean manufacturing facility or?
Yes, a manufacturing facility, because now every nation in the world, when it comes to defense, they want some kind of local, indigenized product manufacturing. So we are helping them, and in fact, Indian government have been very supportive. They want more and more engagement with the foreign countries because of our adversaries having relationships with some of these countries where we want to be more strategic. So it's a good move, both in terms of strategic nation to nation connect and also for their indigenous needs.
Well, one interesting feature or a product that MKU has come out with is a sight system. Now, this is not just a simple sight system. The sight system has been ordered for by the Indian Air Force. So tell our viewers more
I
about
would like Raghav to explain this. He is the business development head for Optronics. Raghav, please. Can you
Hi Raghav, welcome to ThePrint. Explain to our viewers what is so special about this sight systems and why has the Air Force ordered it? And I suppose this is the first time the Air Force has gone in for an Indian company?
Yes, so this is the first time that Air Force is buying aviation night vision goggles from an Indian company. Until now, they have been buying from US or Israeli firms. This is the first time they are buying it from India, and this has been designed and developed in India by MKU and these are special because these are designed as per the cockpits of ALH and LUH helicopters from the HAL, and they work very well with the
In
cockpit
fact, we have
lightings.
two development contracts. One is with the Air Force and one with HAL. So he just mentioned.
Okay.
So we are working with Mi-17 platform as well as the ALH and the LUH of
Yeah.
the HAL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is so? If we could show our viewers the system itself, and what is so special about this?
So this system comes with global standards for aviation night vision goggle, where you have mechanism to fix as per the helicopter pilot sighting system, because while flying, helicopter pilots doesn't have a time to adjust it while flying, so they fix it before flying and they want to keep it like it is. And then this comes with special filters which is designed as per the cockpit lighting, so that makes it very special.
Well, there you go. As I said, MKU, as he mentioned, is the fact that it's now opening up manufacturing facilities in Brazil and Saudi. So it's no longer, I would say, it's no longer an Indian company, but is actually fast becoming an international
We already
company.
have two facilities internationally operational, I told you, in Germany and UAE.
Yes.
So we are quite competent in doing international, manufacturing facility setups, and that's where we are also exploring partnerships with local, companies there in their region.
Well, there you go. That's a good news for the Indian defense industry, and this is something that the entire country looks forward to. Is more and more of our companies getting the wins that they need to fly globally. One of the many technologies that are displayed here at the HimTech in Leh is this system called the Beast. Now it's surprising. This is a small system, looks very small, but is still called the Beast. Now let's talk to Major Pawan to tell us more about what this system really is. Remember that the Army, the Northern Command, and the Central Command have already gone in for procurement of the system, and also under the emergency procurement. That is, centrally, the Army headquarters has also gone in for procurement of the system. Major Pawan, if you could tell our viewers, what is this? Why is this called the Beast? It looks very small.
Absolutely, sir. So we call it beast because it has got a power of a beast. We call it all-terrain tactical hauler. So this we have specially developed along with the army as per their problem statement, working on their problem statement. So Indian Army was suffering from a basic issue of some equipment for the last mile connectivity. They were using ponies and porters. They are still using it, but there are studies and there are discussions that they will phase it out by 2027. So this is the best alternate for carrying loads at higher altitude at 18,000 feet in minus sub-zero temperatures, minus 20, minus 25 degree temperatures. So this equipment has undergone humongous exhaustive trials by special forces and by other special regiments. This equipment can carry up to 120 kgs of plus of weight. This is completely tactical in nature, no heat signature, completely silent. Self weight is around 65 to 70 kg. Battery endurance, it can go up to 8 hours oblique 25 kilometers plus.
So 8 hours, 25 kilometers plus. So when you say last mile connectivity, like for example, the Army has inducted multiple loading logistic vehicles, battery operated ones. So what do you mean by last
So
mile
absolutely.
connectivity?
So there are many segments like Tata, Mahindra. There are many big players. They are making many vehicles. So they, where all till what point they can take them? Our soldiers or logistic solutions. So they can take them till some roadhead or maybe some more forward. But from company operating base, from post to post, this is the best alternate.
And since the Northern Command has procured it, I'm assuming that these are also deployed here in Ladakh as well.
Absolutely. So this is deployed here in Ladakh, Leh Ladakh, and entire this thing of 15 core also. And Eastern Command is also processing for the procurement of the same all-terrain tactical hauler. We call it Beast. We have also given the same to Central Command. Also, there were emergency procurement as well. So we are getting a very good feedback from the end users, and especially the ruggedness, and it does not require any kind of maintenance. Soldiers want such kind of equipments which we don't want to keep, which they don't want to keep in their coats or.
So tell me, this is manufactured by the TVS. So is this manufactured by the TVS or assembled by? Is this an indigenous
No,
system?
this is manufactured by TVS. We are
So this
based
is
in
an
Chennai.
this is an indigenous system.
Yes, absolutely. This is we are following the footsteps of Atmanirbhar Bharat.
So there you go. As Major Pawan was saying, this beast is an indigenous product. Now, as he said, by 2027, the army plans to move away from mules. And what the army plans to do is induct multiple such systems into its formations, which will enable the last mile connectivity, allowing the logistics, various types of logistics, to be sent to the soldiers without having any kind of interference. We've showcased you a multiple number of products that have been put out by the private industry, the private defense industry. But then innovation is not just restricted to the private industry, but innovation also seeps into the military. I have with me Major Pratik Srivastava, who has won an award in the Northern Command for the best idea of innovation. Major Saab, if you could tell us what is this product that you have launched? If you could come this side so that viewers can get a view.
So this is ThePrint, which is a AI-driven night vision convoy safety and guidance system. So in Indian Army there is no equipment available which can guide vehicle in the night without headlights. And darkness, in the hours of darkness, it is very imperative for Indian Army for operational move to move without switching on their lights. So the aim of ThePrint is giving eyes to the drivers while they are driving. So it consists of two main parts, that's a camera and a processing unit, which has a GPU inbuilt in it. It has been trained with 27,000 images of roads that consist of metal road as well as the op tracks. So this is the way which we are getting in the day feed, which is having a white marking road, white marking over the road, so that a driver knows where he has to drive. And now coming on to the X factor of the innovation, now this is the view for the driver during the night, and this is the view he is getting while he is driving without switching on their lights. So now in the convoys there is the setback which they were having, that there is no lights available during the move, and the moment they switch on the lights, the surprise is gone. That has been killed by this ThePrint.
So, correct me, Major, you mentioned that about 26,000 roads have been fed into the system.
27,000 images of the road.
27,000 images of the roads have
That
been.
is just training of the model for training.
So, for example, let's say right now, let's say the roads images have been there in, let's say, you're in Leh, so Leh, or maybe in Jammu or something.
Yeah.
What if can this same system be used in Delhi?
Yeah.
It will have. Do we have to feed fresh pictures
No,
into
not
it?
required. Not required. It is working on unsupervised learning. Once the system has been trained, it is catching the road itself on the basis of the trained model, which is it is basically using convolution neural network model, and it has been trained on that model. And same thing has been validated in the complete AOR of 14 core, and also it has been trained while moving from Kargil to Udhampur. This same has been tested and it has worked efficiently. So it is having a proper efficiency of 98%, and latency, that is the lag of time, is just 600 to 700 nanosecond. That's it.
Well, thank you so much, Major. And as you saw, what you saw on the screen was Divya Drishti by Major Pratik Srivastava.